So I believe that, like I said, the divine intelligence is seeking expression through us and as us. Normally, and this is how I also used to think, that I wanted life to work for me. I wanted life to bring me this and bring me that. Till I understood that I am a medium, I have taken on a human embodiment so that that divine intelligence in all its glory can express itself through us and as us. So we have the great good fortune and privilege of being in this human form to enable this intelligence, this creativity, this power to express itself through us. So today I believe that I serve life. I am not waiting for life to do things for me. I do things for serving this divine intelligence to get expressed in a form that will serve people, right? So today, if I'm on this call or in any of my work or in my day-to-day life, each and every one of us is an embodiment of that divine intelligence, whether you call it God, whether you call it law, source, light, whatever you want to call it. So for me, I'm serving that source. When I am sharing what I know, it is not me, Smriti. It is the divine intelligence seeking that expression of through these words, through me, to you, to inspire that flame in you, to give you that courage that you're looking for, to give you that, sense of, I can also do this, to get you to step into that field of possibility. So my life is about serving. I say I want to do God's work. Basically, I want to bring to form whatever the divine intelligence wants to bring to form. And listen, what my limited thinking can bring to form is way too tiny versus what the infinite intelligence can bring to form. So why to work with my limited vision and limited thinking? Why wouldn't I want to collaborate with that intelligence which knows how to create sun and moon and planets and everything? So for me, my whole thing is serve life in a way that it wants to express itself so that it can benefit world at large, people at large. Will I be able to connect with every life? Perhaps not. But we all have our own circles of influence. We all have come with, a certain number of people that we are here to serve through our life stories, through our abilities and capacities, which are very uniquely ours. So each and every one of you have been given some gifts. And those gifts have been given to you not just for your own self. When you use your gifts to bring joy, to bring light in another person's life, they light you up. Yeah. So it's like, when they say that the hand that passes on the perfume also becomes fragrant, right? You cannot not be touched by it. So please, I invite you to use your beauty, your talent, your abilities, your gifts to enrich your life and everybody's life. The more you enrich other person's life, the more you serve others, the more you will serve your own self as well, because we are oneness. What I do for you, I do for me. And this is one of the spiritual principles of money. I have moved from the logical, practical, worldly reality stuff to going to the spiritual aspect, because when I function from the spiritual principles, money is mine to have. I don't have to worry about it. Money is a side effect. So serve. If you cook well, cook with that joy in your heart. If you are very good at interiors or doing flower arrangements, and you have this knack of getting that right cushion cover or that perfect artifact, that is how you can serve, right? If you're somebody who's very good with management, organization, and you can serve an organization, that's the way to serve. So when executives coach with me, and they normally come and say, I want this company to give me the job. I said, what do you mean you want the company to give you the job? Why are you functioning from this place of need? Why is your identity less than the organization? Why is the organization bigger than you? What are you bringing to the table? How are you adding value to the organization? What are you adding to their bottom lines, directly or indirectly? There's something that you are bringing to the table. So can you please change your identity frame as to who you are? You are going to serve, and they are lucky to have you. So it's mutual. It's not that they have to, I hope they give me the job. Excuse me, change your identity and recognize the worth you're bringing to the table. And people have gotten exact jobs and compensations that they want because of that shift and that willingness to. It's not about, yeah, I'll go and do some work, then I'll get some money, and then I will, be able to. No, it's not about that. You are coming there to become more and more of who you are, that glorious expression that you are. So as you serve, you step more and more into that greatness. And universe loves it. Oh, here it is, like getting this beauty out, touching lives. And then those people are going to touch more lives. So we create a ripple effect of good, beauty, benefit in the world. Who will not support that?
But the universe is supporting it.
Absolutely.
Right. And again, Smriti, I'm going to leave symbol aside completely right now. You just said spiritual principle. This is one of the spiritual principles. So is this something that is part of the learning of it?
Yes. And these are the principles that I bring into my Money Multiplier program in depth. And in terms of money magnetizing is more like an active one, what you can be, what you can do in terms of attracting more money to you. But I also bring those principles there in those actions as well. So these principles form the basis of anything that I do. Because if I'm departing from the truth, yeah, like it's saying, if I right now jump out the window, I'm going to go down. I'm not going to go flying up, because there is a principle in place, right? There's a law of gravity in place. So there are certain laws that govern our money as well. And I'm calling them the spiritual principles. You want to call them laws, you can call them laws as well. But these are spiritual laws that exist and that govern us. May I share a couple more? Like serving is one.
Please. Navneeta just said you're psychic. You're even when I'm down, I'll get a message from her. I was just going to say, I know it's a part of the teaching, but please, can you share one more?
Sure, I would love that.
Please,
okay.
Yes.
So how many times? And I would love for people to chat in the Telegram group and say,
yes,
how many times have you said, I'll only give when I want to contribute to certain projects, certain charities, certain favorite causes, but I'll only do that when I start earning money. How many of you say that? Like, when I will give.
Yes, I've definitely said it a bunch of times in the past, Smriti. I will unashamedly admit it. I have. In the past, I have.
Yeah, I was there too. My hand is up first. I was there too. Till I learned this principle that...
And everyone's written in, so sorry. Everyone, yes, many times. Neeti says many times. Payal says yes. In fact, Payal says still doing it. Singh says many times. Priyanka says lots of times. Preeti says yes, me too. Yeah, that is it.
Now let me share with you this secret. Actually, it's not a secret. It's a universal spiritual principle. But still, it's a secret, right? So many people don't know about it. You have to give first to get, right? That is a principle. That is a law of compensation, right? What you give is what comes back to you multifold. Now, this applies both ways, right? If you give out curses, if you give out judgments, all that also comes back to you. So because energy has this knack of returning to its point of origination, all right? So whatever you put out always will come back to you. They're all oneness. Whatever we do for others always affects us too. So when you do good and great, it comes back to you. It affects you too. So whenever you would love to have more of something, first learn to give it. Okay. So now you may say, oh, I would love to give money, but I don't have, I'm not earning, I'm barely about to meet my expenses. In fact, some months I can't even meet my expenses and I have debts piled up, and you're asking me to give money? But my love, till you continue like that, you will stay stuck in that money situation. So you have to break the cycle. It's like telling the fireplace, you give me heat. Once you give me heat, I'm not going to give you wood, but you give me heat. You give me fire. Not going to happen. It's like saying to the earth, you give me an apple tree, but I'm not going to sow any seeds. You have to sow the seed first for you to be able to reap a harvest. That's the law. That's the nature of things. So whatever you can give. In that moment, even if you have only 10 rupees to give. And then you can give of your time. You can give of your smile. You can give of your ideas. You can give of your resources. So when you give, and that's something that Navneeta did, and all of my participants do. So they start giving. What can I do? What can I give? Like, how can I use my abilities, gifts, talents to serve, to bring value to the world? And when your energy is that of giving, yeah, if not from that place of, Smriti said, I have to give that, I'll give, not from the perspective of trade. No, but genuinely, I have been gifted and I'm going to share my gifts. So gifting is an act of gratitude to this universe, to that creator who has created us, that thank you for blessing me with even this 100 rupees that I've earned today, or this food that I've had today, these gifts, these abilities that I have. And as my token of gratitude, I want to share this and give it back to your children. Just like I'm your child, you have blessed me. I want to give, share it with all the other children, my brothers, my sisters on this planet. So it's an act of gratitude. And it's also an act of faith that no matter, how much I give, there'll always be more available. That's an abundant attitude, that I don't have a fear of giving, but I will not be left with anything. How can I give this much? Then what will be left for me? I don't worry, because I know that I have inherited, as the child of God, a kingdom which is abundant. I have money with me. I have everything I require. So I happily give. So that energy that you are, when you give from that perspective, is an abundant energy. It's an abundant mindset. And then you draw more. So give before you get. And I've had tons of examples. There was this girl who said, nobody acknowledges me and my efforts. So I said, okay, this particular week, between the money multiplier call this week and the money multiplier call next week, because we do a weekly call, I want you to go and acknowledge people. And guess what? By the end of that week, she actually has people starting to acknowledge her. So give what you would love. You want more love? Give more love. You want more money? Give more money. So you have to change that cycle. Yeah. There are many, but I'm going to share. I've shared about serving. I shared about giving before you get. And then the third very big one is forgiveness. This is something that I realized for myself, that the more I forgave, because I realized that the key to my healing, in the condition that I was forgiveness. I had so many grudges and pain and hurt and resentments, within me. And when you have all of that, what is your energy? Is it like nice, bright, cheerful, happy, high vibration? No, it is not. Yeah, it weighs you down. It blocks a lot of your creative energy. It's like you being a jailer guarding all those pains and hurts and resentments and all of that. So much of your creative energy actually gets blocked in those incidents, in those hurts and pains. So when we forgive, there are two things that happen. Now, when I talk about forgiveness, right now I'm speaking also as a radical forgiveness coach. I also trained as a radical forgiveness coach. I'm currently training as a radical living master coach. I'm a constant learner, by the way. I'm constantly getting into programs and, seeing how best I can serve, because that's my skill. my talent, my ability, this love for learning. Yeah. So when we talk about forgiveness, there is traditional forgiveness and there's radical forgiveness. Traditional forgiveness is you did something wrong, but I'm willing to let it go and I forgive you. Now, what happens in traditional forgiveness? Of course, it brings out that generosity, that empathy, and all those, benevolent qualities in you, but it does not wipe away the victim consciousness. So the underlying messaging is, and my identity is that you did something to me. I'm willing to forgive you, but I'm still a victim. What you did was wrong. Okay.
Interesting.
Now, there's a concept called radical forgiveness, not the place for me to go into detail, but just in a summary, radical forgiveness is the spiritual way of looking at anything in life, acknowledging that we are the creators of our life. And prior to our incarnation, we choose our challenges through which we will heal, we will grow, we will balance energies, we'll transform wounds, we'll transform certain energies. And eventually, that entire transformation is eventually recognizing that nobody does anything to us. Life never happens to us. Life always happens for us. So no matter what is going on in your life, whether it's a money challenge, health challenge, relationship challenge, in that precise challenge, which is chosen by you, now you say, Smriti, how could I have chosen something like cancer?
Right.
Yeah, hard. It's a very tough concept, but I'm a living proof. You will not find me moaning and groaning about the fourth state situation. No,
No,
rubbish.
never.
Right? Because this was my opportunity for my growth and discovery. And this is how actually I've ended up coming into the field. And look at the gift that I'm able to be today, thanks to the illness pushing me, right? So you recognize that ultimately there is nothing to forgive, and everything is an opportunity for you to allow love to flow, that infinite intelligence, which is unconditional love, to flow into every situation, into your life, into every aspect of your life, and to be able to be that love and be that oneness. So there's nothing wrong. There's nothing to forgive. That's radical forgiveness. Now, what happens when you're no more a victim? What happens when your identity becomes, I am a powerful creator? So if I could create this, I can create what I really want now, right? Because see,
Right.
if you're not willing to take responsibility for your life, and if you're not willing to identify yourself as a creator of your life, and you want to do blame games, etc., then how will you ever create the good in your life? Because you're not the creator, right? Your life happens because somebody does something to you. How will
Right.
you ever create that money if you don't believe that you're a creator? Which is why I say your identity, who you are, is the starting point. So forgiveness frees the energy. You step into your full power as a creator, and you recognize that I am part of oneness. And my job is to be me, to bring love. And as I be that vibration, that is a vibration of abundance. You're grateful, you are loved, you're happy, right? And you know that you're provided for. And when that is your blueprint, that is what gets built on that kind of a blueprint. You change the
Perfect.
blueprint, your reality will change.